What's good, y'all? When I say P, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean seal. You dig it what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Follow the feng shui. You dig it? Bienvenue en podcast Z, man. Welcome to the Z podcast. And today, what we gonna talk about on this episode 46, we're gonna talk about failure. Failure is a part of life. Failure is a learning phase. Failure is an opportunity. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure, we're taught growing up that it's something that you should be afraid of. Some of us are afraid of our own success. That way we would. Some of us are afraid of our own success, that we are afraid of failure because of being successful. You could be afraid of being successful by having too much success. Somebody, you think that if you become successful, you might owe somebody some money, or you think if you become successful that you obligated. But what makes this is what makes success and failures different from two different people. One person is a failure only because they did not put in the work or the sacrifices to be at that level. They might have got helped along the way. Whatever the case may be, failure is only a choice to accept as negative when you don't want to learn. Failure is only an opportunity for growth, to see a different picture or a different point of view. But it all depends on how you view it. And if you're a person afraid of your own success and you view failure as something to be afraid of, then all that means is you're going to fall off the cliff eventually. You're going to fail eventually. And when you do, you're those kind of people that don't know how to recuperate from failure. You're one of those kind of people who take a loss or a setback and it takes you years to come back from. I'm speaking from experience about coming back from a loss, and it took me longer than a year. You know, you have to think. I say all that to say my microphone had died. I say all that to say, if you're a person afraid of failure, you're just gonna be eventually meeting your demise, because you're gonna go into life thinking that you're not gonna make a mistake. And if you're thinking that you're not gonna ever make a mistake in life when you are, you better off learning how to properly respond to yourself in the situation of a failure or a mistake, rather than trying to avoid making a mistake or a failure. Because the inevitable is, we are all learning here on earth, and we're all going to go through different things here. So whatever you learn is a lesson you got to learn, and whatever you don't learn is what you don't learn, and you going to come back and you going to repeat, or you going to go through the same lesson again until you learn it. So if you got anything from this podcast today, failure is a good thing. Failure is a gift to learn. But if you become very critical of yourself and you start personificating over little things, then you're just gonna go through the same cycle over and over again until you learn your lesson. So with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.